Hey guys, Azir bringing you another video. Welcome to patch 10.7 patch note breakdown. So again, I like to do these to keep me on top of the game. If I didn't make these videos, I would do probably a skim read. Sorry, I got hair in my face. I would do a skim read, but I probably wouldn't take it all in as much as I would. But I do these videos, so I take it in and you guys take it in, which is like a win-win. So, I haven't looked at the notes at all. Again, I get sent the notes early, like a few days, but I don't. Well, I haven't looked at them early at the moment. I'm just a bit too busy. So, predictions? Well, actually, let's go with our famous. Is Kassadin going to get nerfed on this patch? No, I'm going to say no. Because, like, it's become a thing now, right? Like, Kassadin never gets nerfed. Ever. Other things? Death's Dance nerf, maybe? Like, it's really strong. Most top players are playing it. Bork might even got nerfed because I think that got overbuffed. I don't know. Aphelios, he's not really been a big impact, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Kassadin is like my big thing, though. So, worth noting, just to also say, this patch note may be the last patch note for a while that they probably still would have done all like the little things in the actual office at Riot. But the next few patches are all the designers are at home now. You know, it is worth noting. All the designers, all the testers, everybody now is at home. So I wouldn't be surprised instead of a patch every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I wouldn't be surprised if this is the last patch for maybe a month. I would not blame Riot for that at all. And reminding people, it's not like they just do this patch and go, see you later. They do little tweaks here or there, like throughout. They just leave it. They do little changes, which is good. But yeah, right. So we got buffed Akali, Corki, Galio, Ivan, Kai'Sa, Nasus, Riven, Xin Zhao. He's not there. Nerfed Garen, Nocturne, Talon, Wukong. Kassadin's not there. Like, Riot have to be in on it now, right? They have to be. They have to be in on it. Or like, we're just not nerfing him. Agreed. And all the designers and balancers are like, agreed. It's like, god damn it, dude. All right, got some new skins. We've got a Fury Horn cosplay Veigar, Pengu cosplay Tristana, and Pajama Guardian cosplay Urgot. Oh my god, again, yeah, they actually did it. They actually did it. You know, this skin was a meme for many years. Like a Star Guardian Urgot or something on those lines. Well, they did it. Then they've also got Worldbreaker Sion, Worldbreaker Malzahar, and Worldbreaker Maokai. Again, worth noting, we haven't, at least in the UK yet, received our Mordekaiser codes from last patch. We're supposed to have the bundles to give away, but, you know, things are a bit slow right now, which is fair enough. I don't know if there's a partner code for one of these. There are 6 skins, so I would presume there is, but I'm not really sure what it would be. All right, so, are they doing it? Are they actually doing it? Okay, so this has actually got me hyped. Pre-made balance in ranked. So if you remember the last patch notes, I said, they were doing autofill balance and they weren't doing pre-made balance. Are they doing it? Please. As you mentioned last patch, we've been working on some matchmaking improvements like autofill balance to make sure each game of League feels as fair as possible. And it's never going to be completely fair, but that's just solo queue. With this follow-up change, we'll be attempting to make sure that when one team has a solo duo, one team has a duo, the other team should have one as well. This will only be applying to solo right now, like ranked solo queue right now. We'll be looking to add it to flex and normal games, but since pre-mades can be at all different sizes in those modes, making them equivalent will be a lot harder. Hell yeah, let's go! Okay, so last patch they did autofill balance, which means one team's got an autofill, the other team's got an autofill, most likely. Again, it's not perfect because it could be a support that got autofill to jungle, and then the other team has a jungler that got autofill to support. Again, not trying to be whatever, but obviously it's a lot harder to get autofill to jungle than it is probably support. So that's just worth saying. But yeah, I'm so happy. Like now, if one team has got duos, the other, and worth noting, most people I think now do agree. Season 10 sucks. Of the vast majority of people that I've spoken to, and I speak to a lot of people, my Discord server, Twitter, whatever, the comment section, most people don't think Season 10 is great, but a lot of people seem to be in the agreement that it is kind of just duo queue. Like, that's just the way to keep your mental, like, safe. And especially with what's going on in the world right now, have fun. Like I used to be someone that I've grown a bit as a person, I guess. I used to be so anti duo queue, but we did some recently with Vixie. We'll be doing that after as well in the next couple of days. It was so much fun. And I think that's something that I was missing in League of Legends for a really long time. So, sure, if people are like, they're really reliant on their duo queue to climb, it's a bit meh. But if, you're doing it, you're equal skill ratings, you belong in the rating together, I will say now, I don't really have a massive problem with it. There are examples within duo queuing that I think are a bit dodgy. If you watched the Shen game a few days ago, it made no sense to camp me as a Shen, but they only camped me because they were duo. Stuff like that shouldn't happen because that's just playing badly, not even well. But I'm really happy that they've done this. Anything that they can do to make solo queue a more enjoyable experience when it comes to the skills in the game, the better. So overall, I'm very, very, very happy with this change. Again, will it make a change or not? We will find out in the coming days. Champions! Fiddlesticks has been updated, so he is now out, his new one. Again, incredible champion design. Hats off to the Art VFX team. Again, they always kill it. Like I've said for years, I think the best department in Riot is the Art VFX, all that stuff team. Like, they're amazing. As for his stuff, I think people know, like, it's not the rework that I would have liked, but that's fine. I'm not here to be like, I need what I want, 100%. No. Like, if people like Fiddle, go for it. Play Fiddle. He's similar to what he used to be. He's better than he used to be for sure. He's updated. Go for it. Like, it's just not for me. I like proper reworks. Like, I played Fiddle, just to put it in perspective, in Season 1. So I've played him a long time, so I would have liked it something completely different. But if you don't, that's awesome. Again, I just don't have to play the champion. Falcon Vinge? Falcon Vinge. Thank you much for 11 months. Nearly a year. Hello. And hello, everybody who is coming into the chat. We are doing patch notes right now. Akali. Uh-oh. Our cooldown decreased. Uh-oh. Are they buffing Akali's early game? Yeah, they are by 20 seconds. Oh, no. So they're buffing Akali's ultimate by 20 seconds in rank 1, 10 seconds rank 2, and they're leaving it alone in late game. Okay, yeah, sure. Again, I still think, and a lot of people do, Akali can still take over a game in high rating. Not long ago, we uploaded a video where an Akali in my game went legendary, I think versus a Diana, that was also known as a very strong pick, and Akali just was untouchable. It was like, huh, you're supposed to be really nerfed. Doesn't look like it, but yeah, it's just Akali. Like, she's one of those high-skill champions now that the separation isn't necessarily the champion. When she first got reworked and stuff, it was more like, oh, the champ's just busted. Anybody can pull it off. Now it's not. Like, I will admit that. You have to be good at Akali, but that's the problem. The players that are good at Akali are really scary. Like, kind of like Azir levels of scary when, like, how do you beat this guy? I got no idea. So, yeah. Corki. W, direct burn duration increased. Oh, God, Corki. I haven't seen that champion in a while, I don't think. So yeah, generally Corki's more of a mid laner than a AD carry of recent years. This is a buff naturally, so his burn lasts 2 seconds, now 1.5. They haven't said if the tick rate has gone up or anything. I presume it's the same, so it's just a bit more damage, which is cool, I guess. Galileo, R now grants magic damage shield to all allies in area. Okay, that's strong. Whoa. Hello. Galio's been in a sad state, has he? Haven't they been playing him in bot lane with Senna, that you do the Senna funnel? Isn't that a thing? Like, Galio is like one of the best things to do in that strategy right now. And then his ultimate now grants W, shielded Duran's passive magic shield, to all allied champions in the area. He casted it for 5... Whoa. Yeah, I think we were against a Galio yesterday. I've kind of like blanked out yesterday, if I'm honest. Again, talking about Twitch rivals. If you're watching this video, day one did not go very well, but it happens. Again, the way that I thought about it, I'm wearing an F1 jersey right now. The way that I felt wasn't great, but Lewis Hamilton crashing off or Lando crashing off, they would have felt way worse than I ever did yesterday, or anybody ever did. Like, in perspective, it's not that bad. So, yeah. Garen, passive cooldown increased. Oh yeah, Garen nerfs, right. Passive cooldown increase, sorry. Q movement speed duration decreased early and scales more later. So I know a lot of people think this guy's strong, and I do grant you his build when he gets 3 items is quite strong. I still personally don't think I've ever lost to a Garen in lane. I've lost to him in games for sure, obviously. But yeah, I don't think I've lost to him in lane. But I also will say my champion pool is quite good against Garen. Darius, Set as well. Set's an iffy one. It's a skill matchup. But I play things that deal with Garen okay. So that might be why I just don't think he's great, especially in lane. But he's getting nerfs. But it does seem to be here, like, overpowered, especially in mid lane. I could see it definitely being him more strong in mid. That's like, what the hell can an Ahri do to a Garen? Like, when he gets, like, Triforce and tankiness with his W, it's like, well, he's not dying. So I don't know. Next up, Ivern. Oh, God, the Forgotten Tree. The Treebeard of League. Ivern. E base damage increased. R cooldown decreased. Buffs. So the damage has gone up by 10 at rank 1 and 30 by rank 5. Not really that good considering, like, I don't think his AP ratio is even good. Again, that's base damage, but yeah, damage buff to Ivern is a bit weird to me. And then Daisy cooldown has been, that's a pretty big buff. 20 seconds at rank 1. That's not bad, actually. 20 seconds at rank 1. In the span of having, you know, from level 6 to level 11, what you get about 3 or 4 ultimate, more than that, 5 or 6 ultimates in. So that's like 1 or 2 free daisies now on cooldown because of that buff. So that's not bad. But I still don't rate Ivern as a great pick, per se, especially for solo queue. Maybe if you're duo queue and you're playing something that synergizes with it, you're like, you're Ivern, you got a Rengar one-trick top laner on your team. Great, like, you give him bushes, but I just think he's a bit rough. Kai'Sa. E cooldown decrease later, so it's a buff for Kai'Sa. Only in late game though, so it only becomes a buff at rank 2 by 0.5 a second, rank 3 by a second, and by rank 5 it's a 2-second buff. That's not going to make her broken. That's fine. Again, Kai'Sa was very dominant for what? A year? It's surprising how long these champions have actually been out for, but I want to say roughly a year. She was like the dominant AD carry. You play her AP, you play her AD, you play her on hit, you play her crit. Like, you just play her any way you want, and she was fine. Nasus, or Susan. W target range increased. That's quite good. And E target's armor reduction ratio increased. Ooh, hello. So his wither's gone up by 100. That's not bad. That sometimes can help you, especially in top lane when people are, like, running away, and you're like, oh, dude, that was so close to get my wither on them. Well, now you'll probably get your wither on them. And Spirit Fire, the armor reduction is now... Whoa, that's a big buff. Hello, 10% buff. That's not bad for 1v1 dueling. Well, even not for 1v1 dueling. In team fights, you put your E on everybody, the whole enemy team in late game has 45% armor reduction. That's not bad at all. I'm not sure if it would bring Nasus to the meta, but it's the type of buff that if you're a Nasus player, you'll be secretly, like, clapping in your chair right now, going, oh my god. But for the rest of the player base, I don't think it's a massive thing. Nocturne. Again, a kind of another champion that's been forgotten, per se. Base health regen and magic resist growth decreased. Oh. See, this is weird. This is legit a nerf to mid lane Nocturne. I think I've seen one mid lane Nocturne, by the way. Mid-turn has gone from meme to nightmare, and quite frankly, there's enough spook with Fiddle in town. We're cutting some of the Nocturne's general power, focusing on letting his opponent's attrition him out of lane. So yeah, basically it was just so annoying that with his passive, his lifesteal, etc., he could push the wave, roam, pretty much more effectively than, like, Talon. Like, insanely strong for it. Like, insanely strong. So I'm not surprised it's being nerfed, but if you're a Nocturne player, I imagine you'll be a bit sad. Riven. Don't mind Riven buffs, actually, because, like, legit, she is, like, a solo queue pick, pretty much. But base health and health regen increase. Okay, that just helps her in lane. Like, let's be honest, I haven't been scared of a Riven, per se, for a while because of just the top lane meta. Like, Riven doesn't beat... Again, if you're talking about, like, sure, there's going to be exceptional Rivens out there, but if you're talking 2 players that are averagely the same rating and the same skill, a Riven doesn't beat Darius, Garen, Set, Poppy... Shen, like, she doesn't beat any of those, so it's like, why would you play it? Like, so I don't mind it being buffed a little bit. Talon, W initial base damage decreased, return base damage decreased, and damage ratio increased. Okay, so they're nerfing his early game, I imagine, and then buffing his late. So base damage has gone down a tiny amount. the scaling on the initial damage has gone the same. And then return damage, okay, this is where the big nerf. So when the blade goes out, it's a tiny nerf when it goes out. The bigger nerf for early game is when it comes back in. That's been hurt by like 25 in the early game. That is quite a bit. But in late game, it has now a 0.1 damage ratio more, and then the actual base damage does it ever equalize? It doesn't ever equalize to what it used to be. It's still a 5 overall damage nerf to what it used to be, but with a 0.1 AD ratio more. Yeah, like mid-game, probably this will be kind of a buff. It's just kind of nerfing his early game, which is good. Wukong. So I presume these are nerfs. Passive bonus armor decrease later. E base damage decrease later. Now allows W and R to be queued after its dash. Okay, that's a quality of life change. But what I've seen about Wukong, by the way, it's weird. It's very matchup dependent. There are some lanes that Wukong can do well early, but there are some lanes that literally Wukong can do nothing early. But in all what I've seen, he scales really well. Incredibly well. So, yeah, when you get like the Black Cleaver, I know some even people are buying Blade of the Ruined King, Triforce. When you get these really big items, he's very scary, very high damage, and actually very naturally tanky, but that's why they are reducing his armor here, I think, because he was getting too tanky for building basically full damage. So that's good. But yeah, a bit of armor reduction, a bit of base damage nerf by rank 2, and then you also now can ability queue, so that's just a nice quality of life. Xin Zhao, so the last champion change for this patch is passive base heal increase later. Again, don't really see many Zins anymore. Wait, what? Was there a noise that happened? Apparently there may have been a noise that happened. It wasn't my phone. Anyway, I'm being distracted. Conditioning. Activation time increased for conditioning has gone up to 12 minutes. So conditioning has been overperforming, particularly for tanks and fighters. It should be a little bit more costly to one's early power from what it gives late game. So yeah, just a little bit of a delay for it, which I think is completely fine. Phase Rush, movement speed for melee champions increased. Okay, so a pretty big buff actually for melee champions, 10% overall. What melee champions use Phase Rush actually right now? Do any? Do any melee champions use Phase Rush actively? Let's see if Twitch chat knows. Yeah, Darius did maybe a while ago, but I don't think he will anymore. Akali can use it. I've never seen an Akali use it. Off the top of my head, I can't think of like one melee champion that uses it like all the time. So Xin uses it, yeah, maybe. Does Udyr? I don't know. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure if this will make it like meta or anything like that, but yeah. One for all, don't really care about that. Any other changes? System changes. Oh, that's for one for all as well. ARAMs changes, bug fixes. Casting Tristana's Q, Rapid Fire, Misfortune W, and all that stuff no longer cancels the champion's basic attack animation. Oh, that's a small nerf actually, I think. To those champions. So Tristana, Misfortune, Draven, Master Yi. That's a small, tiny nerf to animation cancelling. Cleaned the silence bubble effect for when people are silenced. Misfortune's E, make it rain. That has an indicator in ARAM. Nimbus Cloak now properly procs immediately after Hex Flash. Okay, cool. And Vi is no longer... Wait, what? Vi is no longer unstoppable when her R, Assault on Battery, is interrupted in any way. I thought... Wait, what? I thought that was an unstoppable ability. So you can stop Vi now? That was a bug? I always thought that was intended. Okay. And then skins, we got the ones that we said earlier. Again, if people want to do what we do every patch, is there a green chroma on any of these skins? Let me know, because that will likely be what it is. If I had to do a guess, I would guess Malzahar, because he has one extra chroma than the others. That's my guess. There's 3 skins with green. Oh, which ones? Let me guess. Hang on. Mal's. Is that green? That might be green. Mal, is that green? I don't know. One of those two might be green. And then Urgot maybe. Is that green? What did I get it right? Oh no, I didn't. Viger, Urgot, Maokai. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that's green. That's green? That looks orange. You guys pulling my leg. What the hell? Really? Jesus. All right. Huzzy got funky eyes. But that is it. That is the patch. Were they red? I'm red-green colorblind. I'm red-green. Anyway, that is the patch notes. Overall, I think it's an okay patch. Again, no Kassadin nerf. Anything that I think could have belonged there? Not really. Maybe Ornn nerfs, because like his damage is too high for how tanky he gets, maybe. Apart from that, I again, Kassadin and Ornn, maybe, but that's going to be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the patch notes. Let me know what you think down below. If you guys enjoyed, throw a like on it. Really appreciate it right now. Throw a subscribe. And as a final thing, I'm going to try and start doing it. Not every video, obviously, but every few videos, every now and then. If you are right now, during what's going on, especially the key workers that obviously still has to work, a massive thank you from me, from hopefully most of my audience, from pretty much everybody on the world right now. You guys are the MVPs. So yeah, really appreciate it. Hopefully everybody is staying safe. And obviously if we stay safe, we make those people safe too. So yeah, just stay, again, for us guys, we're gamers. The governments of the world are telling everybody, stay in and do stuff. Game. Watch TV. We're gamers. We're literally being told by the world's governments, stay home and game. It's not, that's pretty easy. But that's going to be it. If you guys enjoy, throw a like on it, throw a subscribe, comment down below. See you guys next time.